What's up, everybody? We're back. I'm back. I asked Mark if he wanted to join. He has more questions than answers, so he said he'll just sit back and watch this one. But I wanted to hop on and kind of go over the rules real quick with everybody. I'm getting a lot of questions, a lot of text about certain things in the Guillotine League. I've never really done one. We did like a fake one last year for the playoff. There was, what, five of us? So we kind of did what we thought was right. I was researching guillotine leagues to try to see how to set one up, and I find guillotineleagues.com, and for $36 they'll run your league. I thought that's a great deal. Let me throw it in there. Then once we got all set up, it's not a very user-friendly application. It's you really can't modify anything. I'll go into that later, but I wanted to just let everybody know what the goal of your team is going to be in this situation. We start with 18 teams, 18 managers. Every week, the lowest scoring team out of all 18, the person that scores the 18th best points on week one, gets cut. They're done. Their season's over after 1 week. So week 1, there's 18 teams. Week 2, there's 17. Week 3, there's 16. Week 4, there's 15. It just keeps going and going until week 17, there's 2 teams. And week 18, there's the champ. Week 18, there's the champion. Once you get cut, your players from your team get thrown into the free agent pool, and we can pick off of that during the free agent budget time. But I'll go into that later. So it's a $50 fee, and 18 players, $50. That's $900. So I figured $500 for first, $300 for second. This is where I'm kind of throwing some things around. $64 for third, and then $36 goes to the league fee. Now, 64 is a weird amount. I didn't know if we wanted to make it maybe 50 for third, take a little bit off second, and maybe the first person out gets their money back, or gets $25, gets half their money back, because if you spend $50 and play 1 week, I'm sure that's unsatisfying. But same thing for the person that loses week 2. They had 1 more week than you do. So I don't know. I'll throw a text. I'll see what people want to do. I don't think anyone really cares, but it's just something I'm mulling over now. So the draft, which seems like everybody's questioning the draft. The draft starts August 19th at 5:30. It's a Friday night, and you have 6 hours per pick. It's a long draft, they call it, a long draft format. The reason I didn't do a traditional draft is everybody is not available. 18 people are not available to get together in the same time and block off a couple hours to do a draft. There's kids' sports, there's vacation, there's other drafts. It's just too much going on, so I figured I'll make it a 6-hour draft. You don't have to take 6 hours. I hope we don't take 6 hours. The only thing that I was concerned about was if we trickle on to Monday, there's a couple people that don't have their phones at work. So 6 hours should give you enough time to get to lunch break and make a pick, or get to your end of your day and make a pick. It starts Friday night. I hope it's over Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening, maybe Sunday afternoon. I hope it doesn't go into Monday. I don't think anyone wants to take 6 hours to pick, but you can't modify it once it starts, so I was just looking ahead at that Monday situation. The timer also pauses overnight. At midnight, the timer shuts off. So if you're on the clock, your pick comes at 11 p.m. 1 hour ticks off. It goes to midnight. It stops until 8 a.m. Then it starts up again. So that kind of could create a problem with someone working Monday. But there is a queue you can set up on the draft board on the website or on the app. It's on Android and Apple. I think it's just guillotineleagues.com. I can send it out if you need it. It'll auto draft from your queue. So if you're on the clock Monday morning, God, I hope it's not that long, and you're not going to have an opportunity to make your pick before lunch, put your people in the queue at 7 a.m. or whenever you leave for work, and it'll pick off the top of that queue, and then you'll be good because you'll have 6 hours after everyone picks, so it'll go back and forth by then. So that's the draft. Okay, so the actual draft itself, we're drafting 14 players. The starters are 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, 1 tight end, and 2 flexes. Running back, wide receiver, tight end, no quarterbacks. We're also not getting defenses or kickers. I can't modify it. I wanted to get rid of one of those flex spots. I think 2 is too many, but they can't do it. I emailed them. I called them. I think they just made this website, and they don't really know what they're doing with it yet, but it's 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 receivers, 1 tight end, 2 flex spots. And then 6 reserves. So we're drafting 14 players. And the draft is a snake draft. It's a serpentine draft. It goes 1 to 18, then 18 back to 1, 1 to 18, 18 back to 1, 14 times. As you all know, the normal draft. There's no third round reversal in this league. So, 18 players drafted 14 people. That is a lot. That's 253, I think, or something I looked up. So there's going to be the 253rd best player in the NFL is going to get drafted. So it's going to be, I assume our benches are going to be god-awful. But like I said, once the first team gets cut, there'll probably be 4 or 5 players on there that everyone's going to hammer that free agent with. We'll get to that. Scoring. Passing yards is 0.4 points for each yard, so it's 25 yards is 1 point for a quarterback. Passing touchdowns only 4. Quarterback passing touchdown is 4 points. 2-point conversions 2 points. Rushing yards 0.1 for every yard, so it's 10 yards is a point. Rushing TDs is 6. 6 for a TD for a receiver and a running back, 4 for a quarterback. 2-point TD, 2-point conversion is 2 points in the league. 1 reception, it's a PPR, 1 point per reception. 0.1 for each yard, so 10 yards is a point. 6 for a receiving touchdown, 2 for a 2-point conversion, and this is the crazy part. 6 points for a kickoff or punt return touchdown. If you have a receiver or a running back that scores a touchdown on a punt or a kickoff, you get 6 points for that. I don't believe you get yardage here, but you do get touchdown bonuses on this. Can't change it. I don't think there's a guy in the league that's going to score 5 touchdowns like Hester used to do, but it's still something to think about when you're picking your 255th best player. Maybe you get a guy that returns punts. I don't know. Stat corrections. When the game goes final Monday night, the scoring stops. They don't go back and change like ESPN does and adjust points. So I don't know if that's an issue. It just the way they do it. Once the week's over, they move on. Now, tiebreakers. If there's 2 teams that are tied at the end of at the end of the week with the lowest score, they go to the year-to-date scoring. And if that doesn't settle it, they go to your lowest scoring starting player versus the other team's lowest scoring starting player. And if that doesn't do it, it's the second lowest, third lowest, fourth lowest. If that doesn't do it, they go to the bench. I hope with it being 0.1 points per yard, I hope there's not ties. But that's how they do it. And this is all on their website under their rules, but I want to just let everyone know in case you didn't see it there. Now, we talked about the free agent. All free agents are acquired using your free agent acquisition budget, FAAB, your FAB. Most leagues I'm in, we use a $100 FAB. This league is a $1,000 FAB. It's all relative. Everyone has the same amount. So if you're going to bet $70 in a $100 league, you bet $700 in a $1,000 league. So blind bidding occurs on Wednesday and Thursdays during the regular season. A player is awarded to the highest bidder. In event of a tie for the highest bidder, the player is awarded to the owner with the lowest overall season-to-date points. Following Thursday's waiver wire period, which you need to bid at least $1 on, all available free agents are a first come, first serve basis until the kickoff of the next week. So you bid on your guys Wednesday, you don't get them. You bid on guys Thursday, and if you still need people Friday morning or Friday morning, you can get them first come, first serve for $0. So if you run out of fab, you can still make moves later. Now that waiver wire, after week 1 results are finalized, there's 2 waiver wire periods. The first one is Wednesday. They end Wednesday and Thursday at 2 a.m. Central. So they end at 3 a.m. Wednesday morning. It would be, I don't know if it's Wednesday morning or Thursday morning. It says the waiver wire deadlines are every Wednesday and Thursday by 2 a.m. Central Standard Time. Again, it's not the best site. I should have probably, this is the first year doing it, so I guess we'll work the bugs out as we go. I would say get your waivers in early, and we'll see after week 1, after week 2, how they actually do it. I don't really know what else to get into. That's just kind of an overview. I hope I didn't confuse people more than they were before. But if you shoot me a text or an email or something, I'll see if I can't figure out what your question is. We're just kind of winging it, seeing how this league goes. I hope it works out. I hope there's no problems. It should be fun. I'd like the last 6 weeks or so. That'd be pretty fun to keep going and going. The draft is going to be important, how your strategy is, because there's not 18 good starting quarterbacks. There's not 18 good tight ends. There's not 250 whatever good players in the NFL. So you're really going to have to figure out how you want to draft and what that situation is. The draft order will be randomized. I just have to make sure I get all 18 people in first. There's a couple spots left. If I sent out an email to everyone that said yes, so please check your email from me, mbattingjr@yahoo.com, and accept it. I don't get alerted that it accepts, but I think there's a list on the site that shows people were accepted. I think once everyone accepts, that's when you can randomize the draft order. I'm not just going to press random. I'm going to figure out a way to do it, whether it's a lottery number like we did last year or some other means. I do want to make it more inclusive than just, I looked and I got pick 6. I forgot to mention there is trades. I turned trades on. When I did turn trades on, it said trade players and fab. So if you have fab dollars, you can package that in and trade a player, or you can trade a player for fab. I thought that was an interesting wrinkle. Our website is actually here. Let me go this way. Batting Lawn Invitational number 3012. It's just the number they gave us. I'm trying to iron out everything this week with members, and all the emails go out as soon as someone says yes. So do me a favor, check for your emails, accept it, click on it. And if you have any issues, shoot me a text. If you have any questions, shoot me a text. And hopefully the league goes smooth, and we'll see how this draft goes. I'm really interested to see how a 6-hour slow draft goes. All right, good luck. Thanks.